In the diagram, C is the point on the y-axis. So C is a point on the y-axis such that A, B, C, D are vertices of the parallelogram A, B, C, D. So this is a parallelogram. K is the point 0 and -2 quarter, and L is the point on AB such that KL is parallel to CB. So KL is parallel to CB. There's a whole lot of parallel lines, as you can see, but our main focus will be the questions that follow up. So on the questions, we are asked to calculate the length of the diagonal DB. So let's go back and check the diagonal DB again. So the diagonal DB will be this to that. And then what else are we asked to calculate? We are asked to calculate the coordinates of M, meaning the midpoint of DB. So we need to calculate what? The coordinates of M, the midpoint of DB. Lastly, we will then look at how to calculate the gradient of AD. So let's go back to the question again, to the diagram rather, AD. So we know DB, right? DB is from here to there. Now AD is from there to there. So this is what you need to calculate as the gradient. So you know the points. So let's then go ahead and answer the question. So to answer the question, we are going to start off by then recognizing initially that we will have to know the formulas. So for the distance or the length, dB, for example, will be equals to the square root of x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2 squared. Now both these brackets are squared. Remember, you need to know off your formula by heart. Although a formula sheet will be provided to you, just know your formulas off by heart. It is easier that way. Now you need to know the points. Now the points that you are going to look at are D and B. Always go back to your diagram and check your points. So for D, we'll have 2 points. We'll have your -4 and 2. Now for B, on the other hand, we will have the points 4 as well as the points -4. Now already we can think that, okay, DB, we're going to substitute. We are going to substitute the points into the formula. X1 in this case will be your -4, and then your X2 will be your 4. So since you are minusing, it will be -4 minus -4 squared. For your y, you'll have your 2 as well as your negative times -4. All that squared. Now, dB is equals to the square root of 64 plus 36 after having simplified what you have at the top. When you add the 2, you get the square root of 100. Now 100, we know the square root of 100 is a perfect square is 10. Now we'll quickly look at the second one where you are asked to calculate the midpoint. Now the midpoint formula, again, you need to know the formula off by heart. It is x1 plus x2, all that divided by 2. For your y values as well, you will have your y1 plus y2 all over 2. You will therefore have to substitute the values accordingly into this formula. You already know what D and B's coordinates are. Therefore, you are going to start off by saying, okay, you have your x1, which is then 4, -4 and 2. And then you have your B coordinates, which is 4 and -4 again. So the nice thing is that you are using the same points that you had in question 1. Then you start substituting into the formula. X1, you then put your -4 plus 4 for the X2, you divide by 2. And clearly, you are going to do the same for y. 2 plus, you have your negative 4, as well as that it will be over 2. After having simplified this, you should remain with, that is, m will be equals to naught, as well as, because negative 4 plus naught is naught. Naught divided by 2 is naught. So 2 plus negative 4 will be negative 2, and then 2 divided by negative 2 is 2. Then you move on and you start off with your gradient calculation for AD. So again, AD is equals to the formula first, y2 minus y1, all that over x2 minus x1. Now you have your formula in check. Now you need to write the coordinates down. So you know your D. What is your A? Now you need to go back to your diagram and check what is your A. You have the benefit of the video. You can therefore rewind and check your A. A is 0 and 4. D, on the other hand, is negative 4 and 2, as you've already written down. Now you substitute into the formula. Therefore, y2 will be 2. Y2 will be negative 2, right? Y1 will be that. And then you have your 4 and minus 2. And then you have a 0 minus negative 4 as well. And then you start solving that equation. If you solve, you will find that 2 over 4 rather, because you would have distributed the negative into the bracket. Negative times negative is positive. Therefore, your gradient for question 3 will be 1 over 2. Now you would have answered your questions 1, 2, 3 according to what you were tasked to do in these questions right there. So once you have done this, you still have the challenge of question 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, if you need further help, look at my contact details, my WhatsApp line. You can also send questions and comments to my email or YouTube channel, right? At Lancelot Mukabel. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening or your day.